What's up? It's Tao. Thank you to everyone that has given me a like or a follow, even if it's through somebody else's page. But where you're seeing me right now, this is the official one, unless it's been shared out. I wanted to get on here and show my face because I haven't really been doing that lately. I've been having a lot of conversations about deeper meanings to a lot of the stuff that I put out lyric-wise. Show us one. And if you didn't know, I did make New Babylon and then Lego New Babylon. We all get the point. We all know what it really is. But now I got another thing, a bigger pet peeve. I'm hearing my people all over the internet talking about how Japan is saying all this stuff about us being like damn Viltrumites. I'd like to read something for you. You know how you hear a lot of people in the black community say, "What's up, God? We gods, this, that, and the other." Well, it's true that it says this in Psalms. Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? So I want to read to you an excerpt from the Perfect Discourse. People surpass gods. Not God, but gods. It turned out this way because of the will of God that people should be better than the gods. There's more than one, and look at how it's spelled in lowercase. Since the gods are immortal, but only people are both, yes, only people are both immortal and mortal. A man is as he thinks. Think about that, all right? That's where we're going with this. People are related to the gods. Yes, you're walking around them right now, and they know about each other with certainty. The gods know the concerns of people, and people know the concerns of the gods. Asclepius. You know who that is? That medical sign? I am talking about people who have attained learning and knowledge. That's the difference between being mortal and immortal. About people who lack these things, we should not say anything bad, since we are divine and are going into sacred subjects. I'll leave it there. Don't summon something you ain't ready to deal with. And I'm being real when I say that, because we more than some Viltrumites, truth be told. Here's why this was banned as well. Right here, we shall be consumed by man-eaters. And the adversary tries to poison us with the food of this world. And I don't think the world is ready to see what we would unleash. Keep calm and carry on. In this book of John, this dude created Adam as a weak copy, as I already told you all in a lot of the things that I wrote under people's questions. This is what Gnostics really were. Barbello conceives. The Father gazed into Barbello, aka epinoia, with pure light surrounding the invisible. Spirit and his radiance, Barbello conceived from him, and he produced a spark of light similar to the blessed light, but not as great. This was the only child of the Mother Father. This is Tiamat, Epinoia, etc. The Spirit anointed. You know, if you know what it is as far as the stones and what the square, the circle, the triangle on the amethyst, the jewel on that crescent, what it all really means, you my kind of people. For those that need to understand what all that is, you'll get there eventually. Notice this title, World Order. There's someone in the Anunnaki tablets who has his own world order. We'll come back to that. Now, because of his world order, these are the names of his children. The Reaper is actually who? The Reaper. The second is, sorry, I don't know why it's not focusing. Remember that? The third is, the fourth is, fifth is what? What is it? What? Called what? The sixth is who? These are his children. What? What? Let me go back. This guy, in his order, same as another dude out of the Anakim, because I said that his children included this main character. And then his brother, who is also a son of that dude, is who? The eighth is what? Ninth is who? The who is what? The 12th is who? Let's just cut that off right there. Over the underworld. And then let me add to this list Noah, because his name changes throughout these books. You'll see that later, and I could show you. And then all of these he had with his mother. The imprisonment of humanity. The human being Adam was revealed through the bright shadow within, and Adam's ability to think was greater than that of all the creators. Yes, this is missing portions from the King James Version of the Bible, greater than that of all the creators. When they looked up, they saw that Adam's ability to think was greater, and they devised a plan with the whole throng of archons and angels. Yes, the angels took part in imprisoning man and the other gods. They took fire, earth, and water and combined them with the 4 fiery winds. They wrought them together and made a great commotion. The rulers brought Adam into the shadow of death so that they might produce a figure again from earth, water, fire, and the spirit that comes from matter, which is the mother. That is, from the ignorance of darkness and desire, and their own phony spirit, which they can control. This figure is the cave for remodeling the body that these criminals put on the human, the fetter of forgetfulness. Adam became a mortal person, the first to descend and the first to become estranged. Enlightened insight within Adam, however, was rejuvenating Adam's mind. Why are we doing this? Here we go. This is where I get to the point where if you've stayed this long, oh boy. Now this is where this individual defiles Eve, Kava. All right? But it's crazy because in those Sumerian tablets, it switches from Enki to now Enlil with what this passage says. When this guy realized that the humans had withdrawn from him, he cursed them, well, his earth, and he found the woman as she was, preparing herself for her husband, because they had yet not done anything together.
was master over her, and he did not know the mystery that had come into being through the sacred plan. The two of them were afraid to denounce this individual. He displayed to his angels the ignorance within himself, and he threw the humans out of paradise. Now that's why I say it changed from Inky to now Enlil, because we're told Enlil threw them out. But again, you're going to figure out why these two sons matter. Paradise, and cloaked them in thick darkness, like he was cast into darkness before he created the earth. Okay, the first ruler, this guy right here, saw the young woman standing next to Adam and noticed that enlightened insight of life had appeared in her. Yet that guy was full of ignorance. So when the forethought of the all, from the great mother and the father, realized this, she dispatched emissaries, and they stole life out of Eve. The first ruler defied Eve and produced in her two sons. I said that Cain and Abel are not Adam's sons. They belong to this ruler, the false god, a first and a second son. And guess what their names are? What? Eve gave birth to who? Eve gave birth through a demon to who? And doesn't it say that Yahweh got his portion from his father in the regular Bible? Well, guess what? Elohim, it says, so you know what he looks like, has the face of a bear. And Yahweh has the face of a what? A cat. Well, last I checked, isn't a lion a cat too? Lion of what? Judah and all that? Okay, so hold on. Now it says one is just and the other is unjust. He placed Yahweh over fire and wind. So we know Enlil is over the air. But did you know he was also over fire? Then you hear, oh, Elohim over water and earth. What are we told Inky is? Over what? Water and earth. You're welcome. With that said, I'm in the middle of filming some stuff. I hope you're having a great day, afternoon, evening, whenever this finds you. Also, I wanted to say, it's just kind of crazy to me. I really appreciate all the people that like my new Babylon, the destiny swaps and things like that that have occurred. It's not to be celebrated, but about being educated. And outside of that, though, I have never once said that this was something from Iran. My material was stolen because I did the Lego video, and it's not biting their style. We in America have been doing Lego videos for the longest, before there was even a Lego movie. To utilize Legos as a way to educate people in America who, I'd hate to say it, but it's been proven, not everyone is the brightest light bulb on the Christmas tree here on purpose. So for them to utilize that format to teach people and educate people, but base it off of war and getting at Trump, is its own thing. I'm not even doing any of that. I'm not about any of that propaganda or whatever. And you notice, like I noticed, they kept using hip hop, black people, Malcolm X, Tupac, etc. in a lot of their content, if not hip hop styles. So I was like, you know what? I had already flipped this style of theirs into a track long before all of this. I just decided to pull my material and replace it with a Lego styled video to get across what I was trying to say, because the original is basically me at the gates of Babylon explaining the whole song. And I didn't feel that would have been effective like the rest of the material that I ended up putting out. With all that said, I'm not biting those guys' style. Iran itself never actually made those videos. They started sponsoring or sanctioning the news organization that's doing that material. There's so much more to it behind the scenes, but I never once said that Iran made my material. I never authorized it to be used like that. And it's crazy because a lot of people have erroneously said that Iran made it. And I'm even in their comments telling thousands of people at a time, like, no, I made this. It's mine.
Stop giving Iran credit. It's not like that. But it is what it is. I'm happy that people have embraced it. I mean, I've had a handful of haters that are black, white, whatever. They don't know true history. They don't know that if you go to the book of Enoch, the whole world is flipped. And he tells you the true orientation of it. East is west, west is east, north is south, south is north. With that said, if you know what it is, you know what it is. All right? Thank you very much if you stayed this long. I will be doing breakdowns on a lot of these books and things that I utilize to write my songs. Thanks for giving me a like, a follow, or a share. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. I got a lot of other stuff I'm in the middle of working on. Like right now, I'm inside the crib because there's so much that, as you all are aware or finding out, that we were never taught. And it seems like everybody in the know has been lying to us about everything. Nothing we learned in school is legit. Nothing that we were taught in churches is legit. So it is what it is, and we can do better now by informing ourselves. And this was my attempt to just let people know what it is. And I get that not everybody is going to like it. A lot of people are going to, criticize me or try and say that I don't know what I'm talking about. But I've already provided a lot of people a lot of proof to let them know that you don't know. I'm not saying I know everything, but what I do know is a lot more of the truth than what I was originally told. And that's my hope for you, that you'll one day have more than enough truth to make your own mind up for yourself and not just follow some preacher, pastor, clergyman, or whatever blindly that's telling you one thing when it's a whole other. And I'm gonna give you one thing, one love. Peace. Tao out.